It's 2022 and you need some information from the public. Well, Vox Pops are ideal for those. Vox Pops are information tidbits, quick interviews that you do with a man on the street to find out how they feel about certain topics, subjects, or information.
It's raining today and we need to do these Vox Pops across the road. But we found our first person. Here we go.
Now in 2022, people are much more cautious about personal space and thus making Vox Pops a tad bit harder. This video might help you to just take the edge off and go out there and create those Vox Pops. Before you just head out there and get those questions out there, make sure that you prepare your questions. These must be open questions where people can't just give you single words or single yes or no answers. So don't just ask a question like, what's your favorite ice cream? Because you probably will get an answer like chocolate. Rather ask a question like, tell us more about your favorite ice cream and why. Thus opening the question to elaborating as to why specifically chocolate ice cream. Now go through these questions, make sure you're prepared, print them out. I know it feels old school, but by printing them out, you have something in hand to always prepare you, even if your phone maybe dies or any electronic device falters. Finally, you're armed with your camera, you're armed with your questions, but where do you go? We normally go to public areas like the beach or even shopping centers, just be outside in the parking lot so you don't interrupt the shopping experience for customers. It's time to approach your first guest. It's important to go in there with a smile, confidence, and open body language. Approach them and explain exactly what you need from them and your quick pitch line as to who you represent and what information you would like from them. We often approach this by adding how it could possibly improve their lives by giving this information. A recent survey that we've done was with a bank. So we approached it as to, we know you are doing banking, how can they learn to improve your life? Finally, they say yes, they'd like to share with you some information. So here's the first 3 important questions that you ask them now immediately. First off is, what is your name and surname, and can you spell it for us? What is important here is this won't be going onto the film, but it is for the editor to know exactly how to spell their name and surname. Here in South Africa, we have a vast variety of amazing names, but it's often quite hard to spell it just from hearing it. The next question will be relating to giving permission to share this information. So you have to ask them, do you give X, the company, permission to use the information that you have for broadcast purposes on television, YouTube, or whatever other channel it will be used for? And then the third question is something that we've been applying with another production company, and this is, do you give us permission to film you without a mask? Now they will be thinking about it, and some people will not be comfortable with it. When they speak, they'll be more audible if they do remove their mask, but they are always welcome. If they do feel uncomfortable, let them wear a mask and have your microphone closer to their mouths. However, as a discipline from the crew side, always keep your mask on. This will just make them feel more comfortable and that you respect their boundaries in terms of COVID. A quick briefing of how they should answer their questions is also important. It's very rare that the interviewer is also featured during these Vox Pops. So when the microphone is with them, you can ask them a question and let them answer by including your question in their answer. So a good example is, what is your name? And they might just respond by saying, Jacobus. However, you would like an answer like, my name is Jacobus. So make sure that you brief them before they answer in full.
It's raining everywhere. All done is prepping the camera and we're in Stellenbosch now. So let's continue the search for interviews.
We normally keep it quite low key. We use a camera on a gimbal and a handheld microphone to just move around wherever and whenever we need. We use the sun as a key light and make sure they are well exposed during the interview. However, you are welcome to add a pag light to the mix, and if you want to, you can use handheld. However, be sure that IBIS is on and that your hands are very steady. During your interview, be sure to keep eye contact the whole time. It's important that they know that what they say is important to you, and for that reason, you can't look away at the next question before they are finished answering. Once the interview is done, be sure to iterate how important and valuable their contribution is. It'll make them feel welcome And next time, maybe there's another crew that would like to talk to them and they would be more open to that suggestion. By doing all this, we had about an 80% success rate. And we had wonderful interviews and valuable information that we could have offered to the client. One small tip that I could give during the interview is when they are finished talking, keep the microphone with them and push through that awkward silence. This method is used by journalists around the world, and it creates a small awkward silence that the guest will want to fill. And for that reason, they'll want to fill it and give you additional information. And oftentimes the gold is actually in the latter part of the comments. If we could add some more value to you in this YouTube channel, be sure to like and subscribe.